These are all the vehicles added on day 1 of the GTA Online Money Fronts DLC. And these are the vehicles that are going to be available in the drip feed. Let's take a look at everything, all the prices for everything, the release orders, what classes they're all in, and everything that we've got to come. This video is brought to you by my newest YouTube channel, the GTA Car Showroom, aiming to be a complete repository of showcases and info for every GTA car. Click the link in the description to subscribe and browse all the cars that we have so far. So a little bit of housekeeping first of all, starting with these two cars, they've had name changes. That is no longer a Jester RR widebody, and that is no longer an Italy GTO Stinger TT. They've been renamed, which is the first time that's ever happened, I think, from my memory. That is now the LSCM Jester RR, and the reason for that will become apparent later on. And the Italy GTO Stinger TT has been renamed to just Stinger TT. I love it. It's something that I've complained about with the name of that car ever since it was released, being a stupidly long and meaningless name, and now it is just called the Stinger TT. So very interesting that it's so late in the day. Maybe whoever's doing this is just like, oh, whatever, let's just change it. He's right, let's just give it and change the name. But yeah, that is just the Stinger TT. Makes so much more sense as a name goes. Other things with this one, a lot of new vehicles have been added to the in-game websites again, back the ones that were removed with missile lock-on jammers. That's obviously a good thing. I'll update my spreadsheet with all of that information. I'll just remove the ones that aren't that are now available again. Land military vehicles have been added to random races. We still don't have emergency vehicles, unfortunately, in random races, so your police cars are all still useless, but you can get some military vehicles in there, things like Chernobyls and stuff like that. And also for random races, you can set respawning to not give new vehicles upon respawning, but apparently that's also completely broken and doesn't actually work. So par for the course, we get something that we wanted, but we don't have the functionality actually working for it. And those are the only changes. We don't seem to have any of the other things that we would have wanted for random races and fixes and stuff. Also, the Coquette D5, it still seems to be bulletproof, so they haven't fixed that over the last 6 months. But now on to the new vehicles from this DLC. First of all, the 3 that are on Legendary Motorsport, starting with the Rapid GTX. This is in the sports class. It'll set you back $2.7 million. Nice looking car, you know. Again, as always with these, I will test them all and you'll be able to see how fast they are in a few days' time. But obviously proper testing takes a while, so be a little bit patient. But yeah, this is the Rapid GTX. Really annoys me that there's a space in the name between GT and X where no other car has that. Like the Sentinel GTS, which is also in the sports class, so 2 sports cars in this DLC. This is going to set you back $2.1 million with a $1.6 million trade price for doing some quick farm missions, I think it is, which is probably similar to like pizza stuff and whatnot. Looks pretty nice, you know. We'll see how fast they are, whether they're going to be on top pace, but they do also have some very interesting liveries, both of them do. First of all, the Rapid GTX has a safety car livery for open wheel races. Obviously, you know, like what the real safety car for F1 has. It's a similar idea anyway. And also the Sentinel has the old Jimmy Broadbent Super GT Bilstein livery. It's a cool one, that one. I've got to say, I'm so jealous of what they're able to do with real life racing. They're doing so good. And yeah, they have been recognized in GTA with the new Sentinel GTS with their livery. Pretty cool. And I think the livery name of this one is called Shedmeister. So that's pretty clever. Break the rules, so it says. Very cool. But anyway, back to the next one. The Everon RS. This is in the SUVs class. It's going to cost you $1.6 million. We'll see how quick it is. Doubt whether it'll be on the pace of the top SUVs with the HSW stuff that SUVs have now. I don't know, but you know, it looks relatively cool. But yeah, it's in the SUVs class, so we'll see how well it can do in the testing. And those are the 3 vehicles that are available day 1 on Legendary Motorsport. There is 1 vehicle that's available on Warstock Cash and Carry day 1. That is the police bike, which is technically a 2013 bike. It'll cost you $3.7 million. It's in the emergency class. However, this is actually a separate model in comparison to the original 2013 bike. It's got different modifications that you can put on it. It is an updated model. It is a completely separate vehicle entirely. So the 2013 police bike still exists. You just can't have it. And this one is the 4.9 without discount. So do I have the trade price automatically? 3.7 million for the bike. Oh, it's 4.96 million. What? That's even worse. Okay, so forgive me on that one. It's actually 4.9. It's $5 million for this bike. You do get the cop outfit with it, but I obviously had the trade price unlocked already when I saw it in game. The trade price is 3.7 million. The full price is 4.9 million for a police bike. Oh my god. But at least it's not the 2013 one. I mean, it looks just the same as the 2013 one, just with a bit of extra modifications on it. You can't use it in races. You know, it's functionally useless in most situations, apart from doing dispatch work missions. But holy moly, 5 million for a police bike. Well, there you go. My bad. Let's move on to some other vehicles. We got two on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, starting with the Woodlander. 1.6 million for this one in the SUVs class. It also does have an HSW upgrade, which is 900,000 extra. So with the HSW upgrade, we'll see how it can perform, whether it could be sort of on the top pace of SUVs. SUVs is interesting at the moment because there are HSW and non-HSW cars at the top. So maybe both of these will fit in to the top of HSW, top of the SUVs class. We'll see in a few days with the testy video. Not a very interesting name, though, for a Forester Woodlander. And then the Hardy up next. This is $1.4 million. It has a lot of interesting modifications, this one, including a taxi livery with a little taxi sign on the top. So maybe you can use this for taxi missions as well. This is in the Sedans class. It's also in the Tuners subclass as well. Whether it will actually be useful for tuner races, who knows, but yeah, it's in Tuners and Sedans. Tuners is obviously like its secondary class. I quite like the name of this one, going with the Laurel and Hardy reference, but yeah, confirmed for taxis. Okay, so you can also use this in taxi missions, as the chat is confirming to me now as well. Next up, we have some drift cars. So 5 drift cars. These are all in the drip feed. You can't access any of these right now. They're probably, most of them are going to be released all at the same time. We have a drift version of the Hardy. We've got a drift version of the Gauntlet Hellfire, a drift version of the Chavos V6, and a drift version of the Dominator FX. So these are your sort of standard for drift vehicles that we've seen in the past. Drift versions of regular vehicles. You can take them to the Los Santos car meet, spend 200,000 to change your regular version of one of these vehicles into a drift version, although you don't need to, because in the races the drift versions are actually exactly the same performance wise, so you don't need to have your own versions of them. But then we have something that's a little bit different. This is the 5th drift car, and it is a drift car in terms of the way that it handles. It has drift handling. This is the Drift Walton L35. That's its full name. It's in the off-roads class, like the Walton L35 is in the off-roads class. And it's going to cost you 1.4 million. Unlike all the other drift vehicles, which are $200,000 upgrades to the regular vehicle, this is a standalone drift car. Now this is going to come last on Southern San Andreas drip feed, possibly with all the other drift cars, I don't know, but we'll talk a little bit more about it later on when we look at the drip feed cars. But it's really weird, let's put it that way, that there is now a drift vehicle that is not just a drift upgrade to a regular vehicle. It's just its own standalone thing. No consistency there whatsoever. And it's also weird naming conventions too. We'll talk about it in a little while. Legendary Motorsport first for the drip feed. Now, technically yes, these are all in the drip feed for us normies. Those of us who don't have GTA Plus. And I'm going to have to buy GTA Plus for 1 month to be able to test some of these vehicles, because the Suzume is available day one if you're a GTA Plus member. The Tampa GT is available day one if you're a GTA Plus member. And the Minimus is available day one if you're a GTA Plus member. You can buy both of these, and you get this one for free if you're a GTA Plus member. So basically, GTA Plus isn't just getting one of the cars early, it's getting 3 cars early. So the Suzume, first of all, this is going to set you back when you can buy it $3 million, basically. It's another supercar. It's another forgettable supercar. It's like the Pipistrello. It's going to be, you know, we'll see how it performs, but I don't know. The Suzume, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to say all of them because I can't remember which one's correct, but yeah, we'll see how it performs. It's just another supercar to add to the long list of supercars. It's probably going to be quite quick, but not breaking the boundaries of anything. It doesn't have HSW though, so maybe it'll be sort of towards the top of non-HSW supercars. That's kind of the best thing that we can hope for supercars these days, because the HSW cars are just so far away, and we're not getting more HSW supercars to compete with them. So yeah, the Suzume, the only supercar from the DLC. Technically part of the drip feed, but GTA Plus members can have it now. It'll be the first thing to release on Legendary Motorsport. The second thing to release on Legendary Motorsport is the LSCM Cheetah Classic. The Sports Classics class, maybe it'll be in the Tuners class as well, like the LSCM Jester now. You see the pattern. This is a Cheetah Classic that has a wide body modification, and basically you're not going to be able to make any changes to that in terms of, it's just going to be like the Jester RR wide body, which is now called the LSCM Jester RR. And yeah, it's going to have some liveries, so you are going to be able to change the liveries on it. No HSW or anything like that. It is still in the Sports Classics class, and it's going to set you back $2 million, just a standalone car. Oh, it only has one livery, supposedly. I thought it had multiple liveries, but just like the... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you can take the livery off the Jester RR. You can remove the livery. In fact, your livery will be removed by default. So it's either on or off with this livery, and there'll also be a single livery for this one that's either on or off as well. And yeah, it's kind of aping on the, I believe, the Liberty Walk customizations of mod shops and things like that in cars. So that's what this LSCM naming convention is now trying to be. But yeah, this is the second car of that, you know, naming convention. It would be the first, but they renamed the Jester to be that. Southern San Andreas Super Autos. Tampa GT, you can tell this is sort of getting a little bit off the rails about the amount of just extra stuff that they're doing, and it's all change and it's all weird and different ways of doing it. DLCs aren't simple anymore. Tampa GT, this does have HSW. Not entirely sure of the cost of that yet. The car itself is going to be $1.3 million. It's in the muscle class, and it will have an HSW upgrade that's probably going to cost around $1 million extra onto that. Can't see it topping the muscle class anytime soon, but I'll test it because it is available right now, so we'll see the test for that. The testing video is going to be a few days, by the way, because with these GTA Plus cars, there are a lot of cars to test on day one, and really, I'm only going to need to test the Cheetah Classic and the final car whenever they release in the drip feed. This is the order that they're going to release in the drip feed as well. It can switch between the two websites, but this will be the order on each website. So we'll get the Tampa GT before you get the Minimus, which is a Maxima. It's like postlude and prelude all over again. This is in the sedans class, $1.4 million. We'll see how it performs in sedans. Hopefully it doesn't ruin it, because sedans is basically the most balanced class at the top so far. Hopefully it adds to that and doesn't just go a second a lap quicker. Fingers crossed anyway. 1.4 million for that. Fairly, you know, this is like GTA 6 traffic car, backported to GTA 5 100%. And then the final, and I guess only proper drip feed car for Southern San Andreas Super Autos is the Walton L35 stock. So this will probably be coming out at the same time. Well, it's going to be coming out either before or at the same time as the other drift Walton that we already saw. This is going to be also in the off-road class, and it's going to cost you $1.3 million, this one. And yeah, it's the Walton from the GTA 6 trailer. So it's again, they've been doing this for a while now. It's a GTA 6 car, but it's it's not a lifted. The Walton L35 in GTA 5 is a lifted truck sort of thing, pickup. We've got this one, which is now called the Walton L35 stock, which you would assume that this would be just the Walton L35, and then the other one would be some variant of it. But then we also are going to get the full name of it, the Drift Walton L35. Not the Drift version of the stock car that we just saw, which it does look more like. This is just Drift Walton L35. It's a total mess. Naming conventions, naming schemes. We're not done yet, by the way. It's going to get worse, but naming schemes just make no sense, and I really hope they don't stick to all the naming systems that they have in GTA 5 for GTA 6, because it's just a total mess. Whether it's the Cara Cara and Cara Cara 4x4 all over again, where the 6x6 version came out first and was called Cara Cara, and then they brought the 4x4 version out, called it Cara Cara 4x4, but really that should just be the default Cara Cara. It's just a mess. So yeah, this will be the last thing that you get on Southern San Andreas Super Autos. When we get that, I don't know. It could be months down the line. But yeah, most of the drip feed you can actually get day one if you're a GTA Plus member, unfortunately. The final drip feed vehicle is the Bobcat Security Stockade. It's in the commercial class like the regular Stockade. $2.4 million for this one. It will be $1.8 million for the trade price. Probably part of the like a mission strand later on in the DLC. It's gonna perform just like the regular Stockade, you know, I assume anyway. I'll probably test it and just to make sure, but I'm just like we've had in the past with the Cluck and Bell Benson. It's just a regular Benson just with a different skin on it. This is the Bobcat Security Stockade. It's similar to the Snowy Stockade from the prologue that has Bobcat Security livery on it, but it just doesn't have the snow on it. But you are going to be able to buy it for 2.4 million or 1.8 million. It'll probably be a Pegasus vehicle, probably be quickly forgotten about. Can't use it anywhere. Maybe it'll make the Stockade available in races somewhere, like the Cluck and Bell Benson did for the Benson. But apart from that, and then extra vehicles, we've got the Higgins Heli Tours Maverick, which is basically a Maverick with a different livery on it. Again, we don't update existing vehicles these days. We don't do that. We just create new versions. That's obviously part of the new business. You can only really access it via the new business. You can't buy it separately or anything, and it doesn't look like you're going to be able to. And then this is a flatbed, but it's a new version of the flatbed. So like most other vehicles in the game, like Insurgent and Insurgent Pickup and Insurgent Pickup Custom and the Technical Custom, or many other vehicles, you would assume this is called the Flatbed Custom. Why would it not be? No, this is called Custom Flatbed. Don't ask. I don't know. Don't ask me. It's in the industrial class like the flatbed is. It's going to be part of the missions. I don't know whether it's part of the missions that we have right now or if it's going to be part of future missions that we're going to get later on. You can fit people on the back of it like you can with the Wastelander, as Dinmite and Benny are perfectly showing there. It's a new version of the flatbed, but it's called Custom Flatbed rather than Flatbed Custom, like everything else in the game would be. You're not going to be able to buy it. It doesn't look like it's going to be purchasable. So it does just seem like it's a mission vehicle in the same way that the Maverick is, you know, part of the Higgins Heli Tours business. And that's your lot. That is it. We've got a custom flatbed instead of a flatbed custom. We've got a Walton L35 stock and then a Drift Walton L35 based on the stock version but doesn't have the stock part of it. And then we've got a Walton L35 lifted version that's just the default version. We've got drift cars that drift versions of the regular cars. We've got a drift car that's a standalone car. We've got name changes to existing cars. We've got cars that are available day one. $5 million upgrade for the police bike. We've got cool liveries. We've got drip feed cars, but 3 out of the 6 drip feed cars are actually available day one if you pay Rockstar. It's a DLC, let's put it that way. As we usually do with these, let's show the back of the cars and then let's just be done with it, shall we? Okay, so here are the rears of the cars. I do have it on, it has been reported at least, so check this out before you go off and buy GTA Plus to get the cars early. Supposedly, those new cars you can get in the car meet. If somebody else has them, you are able to buy them at the car meet. Sometimes they've locked that off, Rockstar, sometimes they haven't. But that might be a workaround to get those cars early without having to pay for GTA Plus. So keep an eye out for that or try it. And honestly, that would be the best way to do it. Just get those cars spread out to the community, honestly. If they're going to put 3 cars available to purchase for GTA Plus members that are in the drip feed, let's all just buy them from each other. I figured out the way to say Suzume. Suzume. It's Suzume, that's how you pronounce it. Meh at the end of it, because it's a very meh supercar, like all the other supercars that get added these days. That's how I'm going to remember it. The Suzume. We'll see how the Cheetah works. Hopefully it doesn't break Sports Classics. It's not gonna anyway. It's not gonna break Sports Classics because it's not HSW. But yeah, this is the back of all the cars. So the Tampa GT, the Minimus, and the Suzume. I've had more reports now as I've been doing this that you can buy them from the car meet from people who already have them. So let's get those cars spread out to everybody. Get them spread out so people don't have to purchase GTA Plus. And then this is just a regular Stockade, Maverick, and then the custom flatbed. I'm just going to call it Flatbed Custom, because that's what it should be called. But there you go. Those are all the cars from this DLC. It is a DLC. I think that's the best we can say about it. I don't expect much these days with GTA DLCs, let's be honest. We're in the end of life stages. Reports that we're going to be able to get mansions in the winter DLC though. There's been stuff put into this DLC that says that might be possible. Hopefully, maybe they'll go out with a bang. And I'll try to make some videos about the various inconsistencies that we see in GTA with naming conventions and so many other things, because it's just a mess these days. But yeah, as far as the vehicles go from this DLC, day one and drip feed, but to be fair, there's only really 2 or 3 drip feed cars. Hopefully they just release them soon. Just put everyone out their misery. We don't want to wait months for just 2 cars. Let's just release them, get them out, and then we can forget about it until the next DLC. Ah, can you tell I'm getting tired of this? I'm tired of all this now. Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Project Homecoming guys, for the help once again. I'll see you in the next one. Is it like completely impossible to do anything with this? It's actually being used for something proper, to tow a car. This is what you've got to do when a car breaks. Actually use the tow truck for its intended purpose. Broken down Ferrari. This game has so much realism now.